Hey everyone, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be me reading The Cruel Prince by Holly Black for the first time. Yes, you read the title right. This is my first time reading The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and I'm really excited because I feel like I'm gonna love this, for one. And two, I'm in a really bad reading slump right now. Not really a reading slump just per se, just more of that I'm reading books that I'm not liking and I'm DNFing a lot, or just putting a book down, never getting to it. So I'm really excited and hoping that this will make me want to read more books and that I'll like this enough to continue the series, which I'm super excited for because this is a fae book, which is about fairies, and I don't in particular really read fae books or anything of that sort. I don't usually read fantasy that much, but I hear nothing but amazing things about this. And it was funny because I was going through my TBR jar to pick a book off my shelf to read because I'm trying to get down my physical TBR, and this was my first option. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, I can't do that. It's just fantasy. I'm not gonna do that right now. And then I made a tweet tonight about how I'm in a kind of a book slump and I need something to drag me out of that, and I got told The Cruel Prince, and so I was like, you know what, why not? So maybe this will be my new favorite book of the year because I could really use that and like it enough to continue on the entire series. This is basically me taste testing Holly Black and her writing for the first time ever, and if I like this trilogy, because this is a trilogy. I don't remember what the actual name of it's called, but I'm excited to try this. So I'm going to be, recording my reactions the entire time, and this will probably have spoilers in it. If you haven't read it, I'm really sorry. But basically, this is my reaction and me reading it for the first time. So I'm gonna go get in bed. We are starting this at 8:24 on January the 17th, I think. It's a Friday. And we'll see how long this takes for me to read this, and I'm super excited. This is gonna be an interesting time. Hey guys, so it is currently Saturday the 18th, I'm guessing. It is around 4:49 right now, and I just took a shower, took a break from reading because my eyes are starting to just skim and not really be able to comprehend what I'm reading. So I'm still obviously reading The Cruel Prince. I have made that much of a dent into it, not too much really, from last night. I read about 50 pages last night and then I went to bed, and then I have read about 50 more pages and I'm at 108 right now. So my thoughts right now are, I don't really like Taryn. She can go somewhere. She can shove it for all I care. I don't mind Viv. I don't mind Carden. No, I don't mind Viv. I don't mind Jude. Jude's kind of pretty cool. I don't mind her as a character. Carden, on the other hand, I don't really like him right now because he's kind of very much of an asshole, and he's really mean with his little group of friends, and I'm just unsure of how this is gonna go because right now we're at the part in the book where she's become Prince Dane's spy, and I feel like it's gonna be a trap, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like she's about to get herself into trouble and into a trap, and it's just gonna lead to bad things, and it's making me kind of anxious. And so I'm about to dive back into it and see where this goes, because I really want to try and get more of a dent into this, because tomorrow I'm not going to be able to read. I'm going to New York all day to see The Lion King on Broadway with my coworkers, so that'll be fun. But I am going to try and read some more of this tonight. Obviously, I still have the whole night left to read, but I'm just curious to see how this is going to go, because I feel like this could go two different ways, good or bad, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. Or maybe I'm just completely wrong and making a fool out of myself, but I guess we'll find out. Hi guys, so it is currently January 21st. It is a Tuesday, and I have not given you guys an update since the last couple days on my Cruel Prince reading, and I read this much, so I have this much left. I'm literally like 55% in, so I'm like pretty much in the middle of it finally, and I am tabbing this bad boy up. So I decided I'll go over my tabbing information for this book. So for green, it is information / world building. Yellow is for Jude and Jude moment, Jude comments, anything like that. Purple is for Carden, you know, Carden and his moments. Orange is for funny moments in the book, things that make me chuckle, why not? And then blue is for quotes, which actually I found a quote right in the beginning of the book that I want to get tattooed on me already, and I just kind of want to do it. The quote was, "And no matter how eager you are for it, you cannot make the moon set nor rise any faster." So the part of the quote that I would want is, "You cannot make the moon set nor rise any faster." So kind of just like a reminder for me to take a day at a time. So I kind of like that one, and I was talking to Jocelyn Reeds about it because I was like talking to her. I'm kind of buddy reading this with like a couple of different people. I'm not really buddy reading it, kind of just like reading it and then discussing it with like a bunch of different people that have already read it or in the middle of it. So I'll leave their channel down below. I forget her channel name, but I'm like talking about it with this one girl, and then I'm talking about it with Jocelyn. And yeah, anyway, back to this. Then I have Pink for romance, which there's not much of it right now. There was one scene where there was like romance, but as for that, that's really it. And yeah, I have a lot of green, I have a lot of purple and yellow, and I'm pretty much enjoying it right now. I'm on page 206, I think. Yeah, on page 206. A lot has happened. A death has already happened. I don't know if I want to get into it yet and talk about it till like the very end once I have more of an idea about it, but right now it's getting pretty good. I mean, it's been good, is all I can say. So I have 174 pages left to read, and I would like to get a big chunk out of that tonight. It is currently 6:36. I got home from work just a couple minutes ago, so I am definitely going to try and just sit and read tonight, not take any time for my computer, just because I kind of wanted to finish this before I go to ALA this weekend, because I wanted to finish this and have this completed, like all the books that I'm like in the middle of kind of completed before ALA, where I get more arcs and have to read more of those. And I put myself on a book buying ban, so I'm not buying anything. So for The Wicked King, I'm gonna have to get from my library, which I'm completely fine with, just because I am putting myself on a book buying ban because I'm trying to get my physical TBR down a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go read some more of this, but right now I am enjoying it. I'm not sure if you would ask me what I would rating this. I don't know what I would give it yet. Like, it's not gonna be like my favorite book of the year, just because like I don't really know too much about fantasy to rate it too highly. Like, I don't really read fantasy, and I never read anything by Holly Black before, so I'm trying to get used to her writing. But yeah, I'm going to go read, and I will discuss it with you guys when I have something to discuss about. Hi guys, so it is currently January 22nd, it is Wednesday, and I just finished The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and oh my god, I can't believe I haven't picked this up sooner. I am really disappointed in myself for not doing that, because this is probably going to be one of my favorite books of the year. I hate to say that because in the beginning I was saying, oh no, I don't think I'm going to like this book that much, and honestly my thoughts were pretty much the same in the beginning. I didn't think that I was going to like it as much as I ended up liking it towards the end, because everything just started coming together. Everything just started becoming very violent and very changing, and a lot of death and a lot of everything happening, and it just became more of a life-changing book for me, I guess. And I definitely think this is the type of book that I'm going to remember for a while, and one where I actually enjoyed all the characters and was able to actually keep the storyline and characters and plot and everything very not confused, because usually I get confused with fantasies and that kind of stuff, but I was actually able to remain up to date with everything that was happening and to not be confused or like left behind. I was also talking to Jocelyn about it throughout me reading it, so she also was kind of helping me with knowing if I was right about information I was reading, and so it was really good. I can't believe it. I love Jude and Carden, so like I'm just gonna be tweeting about them now because I can actually relate to them now, because I love it. I love Jude. She's such a powerful
woman main character, and usually I feel like there's not many books that have those, and she is just such a fucking badass, powerful woman. Let me just say woman, because she's so powerful, and it's just insane. Like, the plot twist, the curves, the things you don't see coming that happen. Like, I loved it. I just can't even go into detail about how much I loved. As you can see, I tabbed so much of it that I had to go out and buy more tabs because I tabbed so much in this book. I seriously enjoyed my time reading this. There was moments where I didn't want to put it down. There was moments where I was sad that I had to put it down, and there was moments where I was like, I'm dying to read it right now. And that was one of those moments was tonight where I was just like, I want to finish this. I want to be able to finish this and have this video go up because I want you to guys see my thoughts and opinions on this because I love this so much. And it only took me a couple days to read, and I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm probably going to be adding it to my favorite my favorite shelves on Goodreads. But yeah, I don't know if I should even bother with going into a synopsis about this book because I feel like everybody knows what it's about. It's about a girl named Jude. Her parents were murdered when she was young. She has a twin sister named Taryn, which is a fucking bitch. Don't like Taryn, sorry, but fuck her. You notice that when you get like more into the book. She also has a fairy sister, so this is like a fairy world, and it's about fairies and princes and kings and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of information to take in, so like if you've never really read fantasy before, I feel like this is kind of a hard book for you to get into. But now I'm going to talk about the spoilers, basically everything about that. So her parents are murdered. She's taken to the fairy world where she has to learn how to live how the folk do, and she is kind of the only mortal there, but that isn't glamored and stuff like that. So glamored is like where you're controlled by like the fairies and stuff like that to be like servants and stuff like that. So she wants to be like a knight, and then she is then taken into being a spy for a new High King, which is Prince Dane, who people were saying he was going to be the new king, and she met people named the Ghost, the Bomb, and the Roach, and they like help her train, and so does Maddox. Maddox is technically her dad or stepdad because he killed her dad and mom and stuff like that, but Vivian is her fairy sister who he had a kid with her mom. This is making no sense, I'm sorry. As in Jude's mom and Taryn's mom. They are mortal, but Vivian is also their sister, but she is a fairy because that's Maddox's blood. In the book, you meet Oriana, who is technically, I guess, their mom now too. I consider it like stepfather, and she has a son named Oak, who is actually not really her son. There's a guy in the story whose name is Loki, and he had a mom who was killed, and Oak was in his mom's belly, and Oriana cut the baby out and raised Oak as her own. And Oak is, I feel like, is such like an underrated character. I don't know, but I loved him. He was so adorable, and I really did like him for a child character in a story about fantasy. And then obviously you meet Carden and his group of friends who are complete assholes to Taryn and Jude throughout the entire story. And it just comes to show that it's because he actually kind of liked her, and he was dealing with a lot of hard stuff on his own, and it was just fucking mind-blowing the entire way this book went. And I understand it took a while to get into it because of the world building, because the world building took a little while to get into, and you had to learn all these characters and all of these like kingdoms and stuff like that you had to like learn about. And so probably like in the middle of the book, like a page is like 100 to 200, it was kind of a little slower, and then after that it started to take off and more things started to progress and happen, more violence and bloodshed and all that kind of stuff. And so that's when my kind of like view on the book kind of changed, where I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely do like this book, and then I think I'm gonna rate it something pretty high because I liked it so much. And basically that's what happens. And then towards the end, shit just goes down. I don't think I want to ruin it. I want you guys to read it for yourselves to see how it goes, because the ending is just insane, and it was so good, and like the ending was my favorite. It was so good, and I still want that part of that book tattooed on me because it was just so good. And I'm ranting on maybe right now because I'm like tired and I need to go to bed and I'm sick. So happy that I did this because I feel like you got like my reactions to everything. And earlier in the book today, I didn't like show my reaction to Jude and Carden kissing for the first time because I was in my car on my lunch break and I was about to go in for work again, but they kissed and I like literally did like this weird growl. I was like squealing and growling at the same time. I was just so happy that they kissed. And me and Kayla, who was a girl that I'm kind of like buddy reading this with, or just kind of like more like talking back and forth about it, we both like squealed over the same page. We're like, page 307. I texted Jocelyn, and then she texted me earlier tonight, Kayla. She was like, page 307. I was like, I know, it happened. I was so happy. So yeah, I loved it. I definitely will be doing more of these types of videos. I'm going to be making this a series where I read books of a series, or just books the first time that are really popular or really hyped up for the first time, and you guys will be seeing my reaction and my thoughts and opinions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you guys could tell, I like this book, and it definitely is now one of my favorites. So if you get anything from this video, just go and read the quote prints if you haven't already, even though I feel like I'm the last person on earth that hasn't read it. I also picked up The Wicked King on my library. Still waiting for that to come in, but I will definitely be doing my first time reading The Wicked King, probably, just because it's going to continue on till I finish it, because it's that and then The Queen of Nothing, I think. So I'm just going to be doing that till I finish off the trilogy. So yeah, I'm excited. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a big like, subscribe down below, join the family, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.